There's a version of confidence that never raises its voice, never seeks attention, and never needs to prove anything, and it is far more powerful than anything loud could ever be. Most people think confidence looks like charisma, big energy, commanding a room. But the people who actually shift outcomes, who actually change how others see them, do something completely different. They go quiet, and that quiet is doing more work than you realize. Think about the last time you met someone who barely spoke, yet somehow every word they said landed harder than everyone else's. That's not an accident. That's a pattern. Loud confidence demands attention. Quiet confidence doesn't need it, and strangely, that's exactly what draws people in. But to understand why this works, you have to see what's happening underneath the surface, because it's not what most people assume. Here's the first shift. Quiet confidence doesn't come from having nothing to prove because you're better than everyone else. It comes from no longer needing external validation to know your own worth. Psychologists call this internal locus of self-esteem, and it means your sense of value comes from inside you, not from applause, comparison, or approval. Once your confidence stops depending on other people's reactions, something strange happens. You stop performing and people start paying closer attention. But that's only the beginning of the shift. The second thing quiet confidence does is remove urgency from your words. Loud people often talk fast, interrupt, and fill silence because uncertainty makes silence uncomfortable for them. But quiet, confident people let their words breathe. They pause before responding. This isn't hesitation. It's control. And that control creates something powerful. It makes people lean in, wait, and listen more closely than they normally would. But there's an even deeper layer hiding behind this pattern. Here's something almost nobody talks about. Quiet confidence changes your body before it changes your words. Researchers studying nonverbal communication discovered that people with quiet confidence hold stillness differently. Fewer unnecessary movements. Steady eye contact, not aggressive, just present. Relaxed shoulders instead of tense ones. This physical stillness signals something primal to other people's brains: safety, control, and self-assurance, all without a single sentence being spoken. But stillness is only part of the equation. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Quiet confidence reshapes how people remember you. Loud moments fade quickly because the brain treats noise as temporary stimulation. But calm, grounded presence creates a lasting impression because it feels rare in a world that's constantly performing. This is why the quietest person in a room is often the one people think about long after the conversation ends. But there's one more transformation that changes everything. Quiet confidence also changes how people treat you, almost instantly. When you stop chasing approval, people stop testing you. When you stop over-explaining yourself, people stop questioning you. And when you stop reacting to every provocation, people stop trying to provoke you. It's not magic. It's psychology. Confidence, real confidence, removes the emotional openings that other people usually exploit. And once those openings disappear, so does most conflict in your life. Here's the deepest part of this shift, the one most people never expect. Quiet confidence isn't about becoming someone new. It's about finally stopping the performance you've been putting on for years, the one built to convince everyone, including yourself, that you were enough. The moment you stop performing confidence and start actually feeling it, everything around you responds differently, not because the world changed, but because you did. So here's something worth sitting with tonight. The loudest people in the room are often the most unsure, and the quietest ones are often the most certain. Maybe real strength was never about being seen. Maybe it was about finally being at peace with yourself,